What's up, internet? It's Kyle, back with another episode about cameras and tech and all that good stuff. Today is very awesome because I got something in the mail. It's super awesome, it's camera related, and I don't need one, but I bought one anyway. It's a gimbal. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi. We talk about cameras and nerdy stuff, so welcome. So like I said in the intro, I got a gimbal, which if you don't know what that means, or if you don't know what that is, it is a stabilizing device for your camera or a phone or a GoPro or something like that. I'm gonna talk about why I got it and the good things about it and the bad things about it and all that good stuff. The kind that I got is made for mirrorless cameras or kind of smaller cameras. It's a Fosicam branded gimbal. I saw a bunch of reviews online the other day and I was like super intrigued about this one in particular because it looked a lot easier to use than a lot of the other gimbals. Gimbals always turned me off because it looked like the process to get your camera balanced and calibrated and all that stuff took way too long, and it just took the fun out of filmmaking or photography or vlogging and all that stuff. So I never thought there was one made for me. That's until I came across videos about this one and I really like it. Okay, so this is the bag it comes in. I was really bummed when I first got it because it used to come in a big plastic case that had like the styrofoam in it that you could put the gimbal and lenses and all that type of stuff in there. And I got this like tennis racket looking thing. It looks like this on the inside. Some cables, some manuals. It comes with the different country adapters here. I believe it comes with 4 different ones, America and some other ones. So yeah, this is like a weird egg-shaped type tennis racket looking thing. I don't know if I'll ever use it. I mean, maybe I will, I'm not sure. Okay, so if you haven't noticed, it's back here, out of focus, and this is the gimbal right here. So this is it. It's not ginormous. I mean, it's a pretty good size. I don't know if you guys can judge the size in the video. So it holds cameras like the a6000, other mirrorless cameras. It can hold Sony a7s and stuff like that. I forget what the weight limit is. I'll put it on the screen right here. But I did a little research. It can hold the kit lens, the a6000. It can hold the Sigma 16mm. It can hold the 18-105. It can hold an assortment of lenses that you would use with the Sony a6000. So in the weight department, there's really no problem with this camera. Probably might run into a problem if you put like the 70-200 G lens, the full frame lenses and stuff like that on there. But all of the APS-C lenses, you probably won't have a problem. Okay, so basically, when you get it, you open it up out of the box. I actually didn't read any manual or anything like that. I just turned it on and it worked, surprisingly, with just the kit lens. However, when you do switch lenses and stuff like that, that's when you're going to experience the need for balancing and calibrating your gimbal, so we'll do that right now. Okay, so if you're new to gimbals, like I am, I had no idea what balancing meant. Basically, what it means is for this one at least, there are 3 points that you're going to need to balance before you kind of fire it up. One is the yaw, which is this point right here. So when you hold it sideways, you don't want it to have any angle here. So as you can see, it's a little off kilter here. Now it's not on. When it turns on, it kind of does its thing, but you do have to balance it before you turn it on a little bit. With this one, it's super easy because there are these hand screws right here, and it really makes the process of unscrewing things and tightening things and moving and doing little fine adjustments super easy. There's no tools, there's no wrenches or anything like that, so that's definitely something I really like. So this is what it sounds like when you turn it on. So one of my favorite things about this gimbal, and I'm a noob to gimbals, so I'm sorry to other gimbal owners if your gimbal does what this one does, but one thing that I like about this one is that it has 4 different modes, and they're really easy to change, and they have specific purposes, and I really like how they're laid out. So this is what it looks like when it's on. This is the first mode that it's in. which allows you to move it in different directions, but it also allows you to pan left and right. So the first one, just like I showed you, you can kind of go left and right and you'll see the actual camera swivel. So that's more of like your x-axis. You're going left and right and you're panning. Now, if you tap the menu button, which that's the button that changes your modes, you tap it once, that's the first one, you tap it twice, and it's the tilt option. So I'll tap the menu button twice, makes a little noise, and now we get this really slow tilt action when you're moving up and down, which really makes for some really cool effects. And I'll put footage of all this stuff in the video, or at least hopefully editor Kyle puts this stuff in the video. Okay, and the third mode is going to keep the camera still and level no matter what your movement is. So I'll hit it 3 times, and then boom. No matter what you do with the camera, it kind of keeps it the level that you have set for your home. Whoosh. Which is definitely awesome. I can tell that I don't have it like actually level, but you know, I'm just learning. I'm just learning here. But yeah, I love this setting. This is the setting that you would use if you wanted to, say, step in front of the camera. Like I have it here. And then if I wanted to just kind of go selfie mode or vlogging mode, I can do that. One thing that I don't like, I guess, would be in talking about a selfie mode or a vlogging mode, which I wouldn't recommend with something like this. I mean, it gets kind of heavy and stuff like that, but you know, Peter McKinnon, he vlogs with a 1DX Mark II, so dude's gotta have some muscles. There's no 180-degree kind of button to hit. So it doesn't have that, but at the same time, I don't see myself vlogging with this very much. Maybe when we go to Canada, which is actually coming up soon, I'm gonna be filming a bunch of cinematic stuff and stuff like that. And maybe I'll step in front of the camera, but I should be able to kind of just do one of those and type deal. I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll have to use it more and see if I like that. There is a joystick on the back, so you can just slowly move it around, which it's actually a lot faster than it looks. It's almost too fast at some points doing it like that. That's why they have the second mode and the first mode to kind of do fluid movements like that. But yeah, so you have the joystick to use, which is nice. So let's say you moved it around with the joystick and you just kind of want to go home and reset. You just hit the home button and boom. It kind of puts you back to where you were when you started and you're good to go. So another cool thing about it is that it comes with a supplied tripod and it's actually metal, which is pretty cool. It doesn't feel like the most sturdiest tripod in the world, but at the same time, it's better than having to buy one yourself. Also, there are 2 different types of tripod mounts on the bottom, so you can actually put this gimbal on a tripod. Also, right here is a spot to put a field monitor or something like that, like a small HD. So yeah, you can put like a monitor attached to it. You could even attach something like the Zoom H1, whatever you want to do, get creative with it. Actually, taking that off made me think of another video. They saw wires through this hole. I actually don't see any wires through mine at the moment, so it looks like maybe they changed the routing of them or they attached them to like the side of one of these things. So that's nice to see that they don't have exposed wires. Also, in another YouTuber's video, they talked about these points right here where they could just like take them off and there would be exposed wires. So it looks like this might be a different version, same model number, but a different version than people on YouTube that they were reviewing like 7 months ago to a year ago. So that's kind of cool. It sucks that I got a different case than them. I would have liked the suitcase type gimbal holder, but at the same time, I feel like maybe I got the better version of the actual product, and who cares about the box more so than the product. Okay, I feel like I've been talking for a really long time, so let's just get to some footage of me actually shooting stuff with the gimbal. Oh, I almost forgot. So there are 4 modes. I told you about 3 of them. The 4th one is kind of like a Glidecam mode per se. I heard another reviewer call it like that, and it definitely fits the description. And a lot of gimbals, actually, I think most of the ones out right now that are like this, one-handed pistol grip gimbal, they do not have a Glidecam-like feature. So it just allows you to roll along the axis and kind of get these crazy shots. I hope just the stuff I'm doing inside and also the footage that I have of outside shows you kind of just the movements that you can pull off with this thing. It's crazy. So yeah, guys, I bought a gimbal. What does this mean? Am I a filmmaker? Absolutely not. This was definitely an impulse buy, but at the same time, it has made me super excited to kind of just film things and make things. I can't wait to use it when we travel. I am like, oh my God, I am so pumped to use it like that in that sort of capacity. I'm just excited. I mean, sometimes it's not about the gear, but sometimes it sort of is. I'm not a professional camera operator. I gotta practice my handheld movements, definitely need to do that. But at the same time, this kind of just pushes me into making more types of cinematic videos, and that's what I'm really excited about. Real quick, let's just go over my list before I forget things. So the pros that I really like about it, it's got 4 awesome modes. It's got 360-degree movement. You can also do a time-lapse mode where it just kind of goes in a circle, which is really cool. Haven't tried it, but I will. There's 10 hours battery life. It's very easy to balance. There's no tools required. Oh, there's also compatibility with the Sony camera. There is a cable that's an IR blaster that you put in the front of it, and you can then use the trigger to take photos. Definitely gonna try that out. There's also a cable that's included that charges your camera. Haven't tested that out, probably will right after this video. Sorry, this is just like a first impressions kind of quick fire at you guys that I bought this thing. And it comes with the tripod that comes in the package, which is awesome because I didn't really think of that when I bought it. I also somehow forgot to include that the gimbal does not block the back of the screen. That's a huge plus for this gimbal. Okay, now the bad things, which are a lot less, but there are some. One is the battery is not removable. So once you use the gimbal up, that's it. You have to put it to the side and charge it. That does suck. A lot of the other gimbals have removable batteries, just like, you know, the Sony a6000, where you can swap them in and out. So that is a bad thing, but 10 hours? 10 hours? Am I really gonna need the gimbal that much? Oh, so the build quality, I actually had this as a con, but I used it more, and I feel like the other reviewers' videos kind of gave me this idea that it wasn't built well, but it actually is built well. And I think, like I said earlier, they've improved on the areas that other reviewers saw had issues, like exposed wiring or end caps that came off easily. None of that is in the model I have. Oh, and the last two things, which I guess are kind of big, lack of documentation. I'm assuming it's a foreign brand, meaning non-American to me, and they don't really have great wording in their manual, and there's very, very little information. And lastly, the mobile app just does not work. I've tried it. I've heard other people had success with it, but then some other reviewers said that it was horrible. I'm in the horrible group right now. I haven't gotten it to connect. So yeah, I feel like this was rather jumbled, but I was too excited not to make a video and just kind of get this out there. I feel like I'll use it for a while and then let you guys know my like ultimate verdict if this is something that I absolutely recommend. First impressions, I do recommend it. I think that it has sparked a filmmaker fire in me that I haven't felt for a really long time, and I'm super pumped to get to use it. I can't express that enough. And I feel like that's what gear should do, is making more things. So with all of that said, God, I talk too much. With all of that said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it. I really enjoy this product. I hope you guys dig it. I hope you guys like the content that I make with it and get excited about that, because I'm definitely gonna use it for videos like this. So with this being a new purchase of mine, I'm gonna add it to my kit.com profile. If you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out. I love the website. They're not sponsoring me at all. It's just like a cool kind of tech social media website. And yeah, I really dig it. So I'm gonna add this to one of my kits over there. So check it out. Yeah, kit.com/hikyletaggart. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Later.